So a lot of times you hear people talking about, oh, why people don't do this or why that. You're speaking of the effects of what the upper echelon, the motherfuckers at the top are doing to all of us. And people can't figure this shit out. This is why I like bringing y'all these types of videos so you can start thinking deeper, right? So your neighbor might be a different color than you. Your neighbor might not have what you got, but guess what? We're all collectively the same consciousness. That's why I say godly so-called church people or religious people, no matter what they're not as religious as they think. You're operating off what man say do, not what God say do. How is it possible? And this is the thing, like this is the catch. It's not even their fault. This is the dream world. That's why I always throw that word. I hate when my mind be everywhere. Um, not humanism. Oh man. Anyway, the word comes to me. But this is why I always throw that mentalism. That's why I always throw that out there because with mentalism, I can give you a reality. I can give you a God. I can give you what is right, what is wrong. And within that, you will operate out of. Right? You wouldn't know the difference outside of that, what you've been taught. And this is why they fight for us, because they fucked up schools. This is why everything got to be unlearned and relearned. So a lot of times when you see people acting out of hate or acting out of, ignorance, it ain't really their fault. They've been trained to do this and trained in ways they don't understand. I just showed y'all how they use certain things to make you don't like this person or don't like that person. Or don't you like your damn self. Okay? All it takes is common sense. I too, for a long time, used to say certain shit till I had to understand. These people are just program people, bro. They don't know no love. You might say that to a certain degree, it could, but 100%. Once you under that dictatorship, as far as brainwashing, program, going to their schools, learning their curriculum. Once you go under all this heavy ass propaganda and brainwashing and perception and coercion, your whole life, you don't know what's coming and going. That's why some of us, a lot of y'all, especially, it's in our DNA. We know better. You can't get us from that shit. The majority of the world are NPC. I keep saying I'm gonna do a video on NPC, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do an extensive video on NPC. Y'all can look it up in the meantime. NPCs are non-player characters. These are people that just background people for people like you and I, the purpose. They're there to serve us as background people. In layman's terms, they just here work, pay bills, pay taxes, die. No purpose, none whatsoever. They just here to assist us with our purpose. And it's crazy, man. This is how they make video games and shit. These people on a whole nother level, man. Once you wrap all this around your head, you get AI, you get all this shit. Within another 30, 100 years, bro, this shit is over with. It is over with. They are connecting our consciousness from a programmable standpoint, right? This is why all the sprays in the air, all the aluminum and all these fucking toxins falling in our bodies, we are literally filled with metal through our foods. You are walking Wi-Fi. You are programmable. The same way they can cut your lights off from motherfucking New York, they can cut your ass. They can do the same with you now. They can alter your mood. And I'm telling you, bro, they're fucking with your consciousness. We must get away from these schools. We must tap back into Mother Nature. We must find the hidden books, the real astrology, numerology. We must find the real way because the people that's running the world has brain fucked us so bad that we don't know if we're coming or going. The very thing they tell us to run from, we need to run to. Salt. Oh, salt is bad. The salt that they give us is bad. But real salt, real minerals, we need that shit. But this is what happens when you allow the people that want to control you to control your education, control your perception of the world. I told you, man, this shit is a hand stripped and handcrafted and given to you on a golden platter. Within that, you have to operate on what's right, what's wrong, what is, what ain't, what do you believe in, So this is why 10 ICE agents can come and neutralize 100 people. That shit don't even make no sense. Ain't shit 10 people could do to 100 people. But when you brainwashed, you've been given this perception of reality that authority is over you. And you behave, right? slavery as being a color. Slavery is just being a perception that you've been given. And
This is Doug DeNiro, and today I'm going to talk about cheap cars that make.
Talk about feminism. I saw you kind of getting dragged a little bit on the course on feminism.
yeah,
I thought it was the right platform for it.
feminism destroyed America.
Why you say that?
Because feminism was the white woman's fight with her man. Her man treated her like that. The black woman wasn't getting treated like a white woman. So the white woman, because the black woman
You drinking water?
because the black woman will go to work with the white woman, they would exchange stories and compare each other. So the black woman relationship mindset was
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson comes standard with America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Testing for colon cancer with a Cologuard kit takes just minutes. Now I got the whole dang day to.
in the 80s with soap operas. That fantasy bullshit they grew up watching. Then we used to get mad when I go mine and we used to stop shit at 12 o'clock because the VCR was automatic set on the car, and the channel switched to it. So I would have to watch that shit. About 4.
Nothing up. What you up to? Yeah, man. I ain't heard from Josh, man. Nah. I ain't in the city. I'm in Indiana. Yeah, you know I'm on. Yeah, I need. Josh, what you doing, family? Man, I'm at the way. You need to get my number. Tell him I still got the same number. Call me. Okay.
Explain.
The Mexican is a male show. The Latin lover is abusive male. The Arab is abusive male. They're not loving, they're not charming, they're not affectionate. The black man is. That's why we're slick talkers. That's why we're good liars. And you get a woman just lying with that bullshit we say.
You don't think it have anything to do with y'all?
That's that too. That's the mystique to it. Cause all niggas can't good with them big.
True.
You know, y'all niggas
But I would rather nigga with a big that can't do nothing than a small.
Well, a little nigga that suck you and eat you, that say all the romantic things that you want to hear, satisfied.
He might as well be gay.
Well, you sneak and get that big, you know what it called. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know how to go get what you want.
I did it one time. I'm not to say that all Asian men like that, but I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You can't go from an African to an Asian.
So feminism are angry women who think they're equal to men and want the same equal rights as men until it's time to be a woman.
So you feel like women are not equal to men?
No female and male species in nature are equal. No animal, no beast. So what they and the design of male and female were never to be equal. That's why our muscles, our shoulders are separated from you guys. So that's why we were never designed to be equal.
You feel like that triggers a lot of people when you say that?
Yeah. So if you want to be equal, go play NFL football. That's what I'm. Go let Ray Lewis. Let's go try to tackle Stephon Diggs. So that's what I'm saying. So if you really think equal, when it's time, when I hit you, let me hit you back, and the police not get involved, and if it's mutual combating. If we're really equal, bitch, say, okay, let me hit you across your head, then like we do.
Cause you say, if a little girl hit a little boy, hey, don't hit her back. I tell my son, go hit that big man. He said, that, go hit her back. Because if anybody have anything to say to me, anything hit it back. If it hit you, girl, boy, hit it back.
But you know you're stronger than a woman.
Well, because if I stand there, I done seen with stars on their face because she done scratched him up, scratches on her neck, hit it, and he took it. And now he got permanent markings on his face. I've seen that. I can't defend myself. My nature is to react. I'm not gonna go against my nature because you're a woman. It's against your nature to attack me. It's against your nature to argue and go back and forth.
But some of y'all be pissing us off though.
Listen, when a woman get pissed off, she quit talking, leave, go.
So what if they don't go?
911. It's always been like that with a woman. It's always been like that with a woman. Women don't put up with nothing that compromises her value and her belief system. Little girls do. Who's do for fun? Prostitutes do for
And
financial.
you know you got to break that down because these women finna get tight.
Hoes have fun. Hoes get loose and have fun. Just are divas with attitudes. Nobody really likes a diva. Nobody really likes bad. It's an arrogance that bad just walk with. An entitlement mindset. You got to give us something. Hoes will give freely because it's in a female's nature to be a giver. Hoes don't complain about mistreatment. They just want to have fun.
And what about women?
Women got standards of morals and principles. They're quiet and they're hardly seen.
Which do you prefer?
I don't want no woman. My mama was a woman. I don't want no woman. You can't get a woman off her schedule, off her structure. You can't get her to call in work to stay in and so all day, and she got bills. You can't do that. I would lose her job and everything for the fun and the excitement and the thrills for her desires. She'll fumble it because she got attitude. A lady's presence amongst men make men straighten up. Say, when a lady, her presence, she ain't got to talk. She can get out the car. Say, put that out. But in a woman too, a lady is a trait. A woman is the individual. So my mama was a woman. Her youngest sister was Miami, who had my Uncle Curtis. She was in the project with a bunch of kids having fun, fighting, getting high. Mother Annie was a mean bitch, and my grandmama was all of them. And I had an uncle, and I had an uncle who was a pimp who kept me with him, and I got to see and engage his whole.
So let's talk about marriage. We talked about marriage a little bit on our last interview.
We talked a lot about mine. You know, a lot of people, you know, up about that, but you know the truth. My mama told me, the truth don't care about nobody's feelings, and neither do God. So tell the truth.
Can hoes turn into wives?
To make the best housewives. Hoes understand men more than anybody. That's why run the hoe and have fun and party with them, keep a hoe with them and everything. That's why they want a hoe.
So you don't feel like a wife can be both? A hoe and a...
Most women suppress their whole nature, their whole spirit. Suppress it to maintain the dignity of their reputation.
You don't feel like women that are entrepreneurs naturally can? I mean, because if you have the ability to build companies and stuff like that.
It's natural. Women are more sexual than men. Men are just perverted by thoughts. Women, hoes are loose for sleeping with anybody. One night stand. Women may secretly have a one night stand. Hoe have a regular. Who can't stay in the house? Hoe every club, every concert. Hoe is running to it.
Can't wash no clothes.
Hoes is running to it. Their whole life is about thrills, feels, attention, and excitement.
So
women is about goals, family, religion, something like that. It's about their past. The last who hurt them. So every relationship they get in, she's stuck on the last. She move on with the baggage. So she just grown, she's angry. And she got standards that matches her anger, not her reality.
that was a lot. Because I'm thinking of like people that I know.
It's a bit mean in the mug. Tell a nigga
Because I'm like,
man, mean
I'm in my head like that.
mean that bitch. I've never seen my mother angry. I've seen her frustrated. I've never heard her cuss nobody out. I never heard her say motherfucker. I never heard her call nobody a bitch. Never. Ever in life. Ever in life. I learned to cuss from watching TV when she was gone. She ain't know her cuss. Until today, she ain't been watching no video, nothing. That's why I'm so free to talk like shit. My mom won't see none of it.
So when men get married, who do they marry?
Either what they resent or what they admire. Whatever woman they resent in life, that's who they marry, or whatever woman they admire. One or two.
And it's typically either one.
The one they resent. Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. The next one they marry the one they admire.
So a lot of them don't get it right on the first time.
Cause they marrying out of, we married the condition we was born in, what our mother showed us. Your dad ain't showed you nothing, he was absent. The present mother and her behavior has more of an impact and detriment on a child with no father than the absent father does. Because children mimic what they see and repeat what they hear. So if I never see my daddy, yeah, I have his traits and his chromosomes. But what you see me, you my teacher. You teach me how to love the next woman. You teach me how to treat the next woman. So every man I see come through there, I'm gonna treat my women how I saw you get treated.
Well, how does a mother, because I'm raising a son, but he also has a father in his life. How do I show my son how to treat a woman?
When he take you out on a date, do he ever take you and the kids out on a date? Most niggas take you out on a date, you can drop you out. Next time the kids, no, not you, not you. I see, listen. So not you, because most women keep the away for a while. I don't want you to meet the kid yet, but she getting all the dick in the world. And the kids are aware that he's coming to get you. At some point, he comes over and gets the pussy in the house. When he comes through that, what do he do when he walk out the room?
He leaves.
There you go. He don't do nothing with the kids. He don't play the game with the little. Take him to the stove, take him taking nothing to show him how men treat women.
Yeah, my mama used to bring around when she was going through a lot mentally. They used to try to touch on us.
There you go.
That shit angered me. And that's the reason why I said, they daddy gonna stay, but I don't give a f***. They ain't gonna be around no other.
So the firstborn male child, his daddy is gone. He heard his mama talking bad about dad. Now you can't come get your baby. Now here come a new, the little brother daddy. They stay together a few years. He get to stay around and see the mistreat his mama. But she done kept his daddy away. He get to see this nigga mistreat him. He never get to see my daddy mistreat you. So he got resentment toward in-law. So when he grew up, he violent toward, and he abusive toward women. He ain't seen a positive, loving relationship nowhere, and now y'all want him to grow up and love property on the woman who ain't seen love her mama. Y'all want them to function healthy together. Shit, that's why I keep my kids away from her.
Church, you can just a lot of people alone. I think that every time I see her interviews, I'm like,
True hurt.
but it's like you can't argue with you. Like I think they've tried to label you every day in the book, but like you keep evolving so fast.
So listen, they forget. I used to be sworn into the criminal courts with lawyers who were working on capital murder and death penalty cases for young black males as a mitigation specialist to talk to a white jury and explain that this kid grew up in this condition and these cultures and these mitigating factors should reduce his sentence. I did that before I came to the internet. So the knowledge that I have, I was going to school to become a lawyer at Texas Western University.
You should have finished.
Well, I'm partnering with a Jewish attorney that's been doing it for 35 years that's helping me get back to it. So I'm arguing with the dumbest minds now if it takes it. So I'm arguing with the dumbest minds of the American population, the black hip hop culture. So it's just like when I was in school, you raise your hand and ask questions. You knew. You raise your hand and ask questions. You knew. At some point, your homeboys, the ones you want to be cool with, like, man, this guy's everything, he know everything. So to fit in with them, you gotta dumb down, play dumb, be the class clown. So I've had to fit in with, if I went to school with black kids, and there was a bunch, I would have to dumb down to fit in with my peer group. If I went to white school, the affirmation that you got from the teachers made you popular amongst white people. The behavior makes you popular among black people. The academic mind makes you popular among white people. So I learned to act up among black people. They all acting up.
They love the show. We love the
See,
show.
I put on good. Because the teacher started saying, when they meet my mama, from the juvenile work of the judge, my mother's grace and dignity have always been the mercy that white people bestow upon me because of my mother. It's because your mama, boy, I know you're raised different. So anytime you get in trouble, that's why they want to know, was your mama on drugs, grandparent? They want to look at your lineage. They would look at my mama and say, I know you're raised different. He's just trying to fit in. He's a wannabe. And I was the best wannabe motherfucker you can find.
Where's your father?
Oh, he died today. But I would see my father regularly. But he was shell shocked from the military, from the Vietnam War. He was in the Navy. Yeah. But I had uncles, I had grandfathers, so I was surrounded with, I had a village. If I went outside, my neighbor told on me.
That's how I should be.
Yeah. Yeah, I sneak outside, man, my neighbor go knock on the door, neighbor. This boy just went out there with me. So I had a village. I was nurtured as a kid. So by the time I come out the hospital at 13, from 13 to 14, I had 1 year of adolescent stage, being rebellious, trying to play with a culture that's now gangster and called a murder case. I hadn't been playing with kids that long in the hospital. But because I've been around adults, intellectually, I was a leader.
Did your mom ever remarry?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about your stepfather?
It was hard when mama said, I gotta give her back her key. She got mad. So my mom, I can imagine not having my mother's key to walk into her house.
With another man in the house.
Oh, man. Man, psychologically, that was hard to do. For all of it. The grandkids, everything. Cause mama been, she been the matriarch for so long. So, she get that was hard to do. Yeah, that was hard to do. Yeah, hard to do.
Well, shut up.
But the man she married was once her boyfriend when we was young.
She was getting dick down.
Bill had been around since Bill, Mama Bill had been probably first started going out at probably 7, 8 years old, probably before this. So it did.
Well, she married him after y'all was born.
Yeah.
That's good.
My
Sacrificed herself.
mama, whole thing was she didn't want us to grow up to be the kind of men that depend on and use women, because those are the men we was exposed to. Our uncles, our cousins, our brothers. The 70s, the 80s, the player type. The women get up, go to work. So I've never seen a man get up, go to work in my life. Ever.
Are you serious?
Never. I thought women got. So when I grew up, I ain't never looked no mom on a job. And I'm spoiled and entitled. So I ain't never had a job longer than 9 months or a year.
Conclusion? So, we've gone from the raw pain of a brutal past to a conscious pivot toward accountability, and finally, to the practical philosophy of a man who has lived every lesson he teaches. From life ain't fair, to you can change your future, to success is about being persistent. The evolution is undeniable. Charleston White forces you to look past the shocking delivery and actually engage with the message. It's a message that acknowledges the darkness, but relentlessly points toward the light. It's a story of resilience, redemption, and the radical idea that your future isn't set in stone. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of Charleston White's messages hits home for you the most, and why? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you want to see more deep dives like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching.
This has never happened before in the history of a universe.
Joan Rivers said that Michelle Obama was a man.
Who do you think's really running the country? Because it ain't them.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there's having a good day, y'all. Once again, we got a good one coming up, y'all. We got the CIA releasing a document of human meat cuts. We got some Downey, and we got some Metal Gear Solid exposing what's going on with this AI back in the 90s, y'all. Let's have some fun today, y'all. Before we start, make sure you guys watch from start to finish. It really helps the channel grow. But with that being said, let's do what we came here for. Let's get into the video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Were you listening when Donald Trump said this?
Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark. The lights of Caracas were largely turned off. due to a certain expertise that we have.
It sounds like what he's saying is the United States has the capability of turning off the lights for 1.9 million people in a large Latin American country like that. And of course, I wouldn't believe it if there wasn't a video.
Y después van hacia arriba. ¿Sí? Siempre, por parte de su madre, por parte de...
Can you imagine?
What this tells me is Nicolas Maduro was literally in the dark in his fortress. He probably couldn't find his way to the safe room without lights. It's also why he probably wasn't able to close it. He was feeling around, probably looking for the lever to pull it closed. Couldn't find it.
See what Elon Musk's father said on CNN?
Well, we never saw the suppression you're talking about. You never saw it. No, I never saw it. Because you're a vice.
But now you can understand where this hate for black people come from. Like father, like son. The fact that he went on CNN and said that and act like nothing was wrong. That's probably how most of you motherfuckers from that age group actually feel. People like this is the reason why racism still exists. The feather flock together. Why do you think Elon and Trump was so cool? For people to still think like this in this day and age is insane.
So this is one of the reasons why I don't watch sports no more. It was like ever since I really had my spiritual awakening, I just really see stuff for what it really is. But look at these pictures right here. The football field, and it looks like an eyeball because this is like access to people's souls. So television, vision. You know, they're literally programming people. Think about how many people get heated and just real angry and everything at combos about, you know, who's the best player and all types of stuff. But in reality, there's energy shifts that's always going on. And think about it, during certain periods, like a person may just randomly get injured in the NBA or the NFL, right? Now a lot of people are distracted talking about that, but in reality, it's something much greater going on. But they know that the focus is going to be on that. In the social media, on the news and everything, you know, people are already always tapped into the news. So this is what they're doing. They're programming you to not be able to find yourself. Gotta wake up out here. Peace and love.
I mean, so much energy goes into these football games, y'all, especially at the game. At the game, it's an emotional roller coaster. Y'all used to go to all the football games at the Cardinals back in the day, y'all, and when you leave that game, you got a headache, right? If it's a good game and it's 24-25 and we got the ball with 2 minutes left and we're down one and it's the fourth quarter, oh man, it's rocking in there. It's loud. You leave with a headache. And like, say your quarterback gets hurt. Everybody in that stadium is down. The energy's down. It's just an emotional roller coaster at those games, y'all. Like, there really is a lot of energy that goes on at those games. And then at home, there's energy too. Not me no more, y'all. I don't care no more. I quit caring after I, saw a playoff game and the players are down there, laughing and shaking hands, and I'm at home all pissed off. I'm like, okay, something's wrong with this. I need to wake up a little bit over here.
States that if simulated worlds like video games ever get to a point that we cannot tell them apart from reality, then we can effectively conclude that our reality isn't real, but we're actually all living in a simulation, and I can prove it with basic math. So we have our reality, V0. Someone in this so-called reality will eventually create a simulated world like a video game with perfect graphics and AI models that perfectly emulate humans, physics, and every single thing in our world with one-to-one accuracy. A perfect simulation of our universe. Call it V1. If V1 truly is an exact replica of our reality, then follow me here. It is 100% guaranteed that someone in V1, like an AI human model, will eventually create their own simulated world inside of V1. If someone did it in V0 and V1 is a carbon copy of V V0, then someone will do it again in V1. Another simulated world with perfect graphics and AI models that perfectly emulate humans, physics, and every single thing inside of V1 with one-to-one accuracy. That would be V2. Now the same thing would happen in V2, which creates V3, which creates V4, starting a chain reaction of simulated worlds inside simulated worlds. Infinite nested simulations, like a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream that by definition goes on forever. By the logic we've used so far, this chain is guaranteed to start as soon as someone in our world creates this perfect video game. Now let's pause and take a step back. We have one real reality, the base reality, V0, and an infinite amount of simulated worlds, V1 to V infinity. So the probability that our world, the one you're in right now, is the base reality, V0, would be 1 out of infinity, which mathematically speaking is 0%. A 0% probability we're in the base reality equals a 100% probability we're actually living in a simulation. Now the counter theory to this states we haven't created this perfect simulation video game in our reality yet, which means we're either in V0 and haven't figured out how to make it yet, and maybe it's not even possible and we never will, or we're the last simulation in the chain, VX or whatever, and we're still trying to figure out how to create our own perfect simulation, VX+1, which then brings our probability of being in the base reality up to 1 out of 2. V0 reality or VX simulation. The counter theory to that is that once we do figure out how to create that perfect simulation, this 50-50 scenario no longer applies because we figured it out and we're right back to where we started. 1 out of infinity. Simulation 100% confirmed with sheer math and numbers. Go about it. And in case you got lost in the explanation here, remember,
I'm screwed. Are you guys screwed? Let me know down below. That map really doesn't make sense, but I guess we'll go with it. I mean, how was Florida?
So now you tell me that scientists have stumbled upon this mind-blowing discovery called dark oxygen deep under the sea? Okay, so I guess this oxygen is just throwing a secret party where only these metallic nodules are invited, and these nodules are like the ultimate party players, splitting water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen with literally no sunlight required. So I guess while we're all just up here sipping our coffee, these nodules are under there, possibly allowing our extraterrestrial and underwater alien friends to breathe if they need oxygen to breathe. Now, I can imagine those aliens just chilling down there, enjoying some dark oxygen with a side of, let's keep everyone on their toes. Now, who knew the deep sea could be such a hotspot of both science and the unknown? Just another reason to love the mysteries of our planet. Now, what do you think? Are you aware of this? Have you heard of this dark oxygen under the water? And do you think it has anything to do with the underwater aliens and advanced civilization? So drop it in the comments because I want to have this conversation with you. And remember, anything we talk about is for fun, learning, information, and entertainment purposes only. So let's have this conversation because I want to talk about dark oxygen today.
Right, turn off here. Buddy. Yeah.
Why are you holding it down so hard? Look. It's literally a scanner. You can call the police right now. Look, this is the real one. Don't use your hearts in places like this. You're trying to steal your information. Why are you acting confused? You knew I was there.
Come on, bro. Look, get his name and everything. He's gonna
What's your
check it
name?
and confirm that.
Oh, he knew. He knew that machine had a skimmer on it. He knew, and he just got busted.
Could somebody please verify who this patching
contestant in the way Nawal was grabbing is very shocking to me. It has me frightened. Look at the way he is like a handler or something. He is completely dominating her, putting pressure on her wrists and even in her face. You can see, look at him squeeze her. Like he's sitting there like nobody can see this and nobody does anything. This is absolutely terrifying. He snatches her phone from her like if she doesn't have any say-so on what's going on, and he's smiling. That's the scariest part. He's smiling, grabbing her like, and she has, I don't even think that this is like normal. She, and this is happening. This is, if this was Miss Mexico, haha. He's lucky he didn't do that to Miss Mexico. He dug his fingers into her flesh. Yeah, somebody has to look into this. I hope that she's okay. She looks horrified. It looks like she can't say anything. I wouldn't be surprised if she came out and said, no, everything is okay. Like, but clearly it's not. That's not natural. That's not normal.
I mean, the world is so dark, y'all. It's like people watch that and they're like, man, they're so beautiful. They're everything I want to be. They're so happy. They smile the whole time they're out there. But behind closed doors, like they're getting abused and used. And, the world is so dark and they put off to the people like, this is great over here. This is, they're changing the world. That's what they want to do is change the world. All the speeches they say at those pageants. But behind closed doors, these men that are running it are just ruthless snakes.
Women in the 1970s taped everything that aired on TV for almost 40 years because she predicted the rise of fake news. Marion Stokes was a public access television producer, a businesswoman, and an activist in the 1970s who was also an avid collector of things. By today's standards, she'd probably be diagnosed as a hoarder. But she was also convinced that we were headed down a path where technology would eventually become so great that the powers that be could manipulate information to lie to us about any historical event that they wanted. So she married her hoarding skills with this grand vision, and in 1977, she started taping everything that aired on TV 24/7. She mostly wanted to tape the news, but she also taped TV shows like The Cosby Show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, and Star Trek because she was afraid that somebody was going to eventually erase the contributions of these black actors and creators from historical record. She did this by recording the different TV channels 24/7 on VHS tapes on multiple VCRs and TVs throughout her house. Each VHS tape had an 8-hour capacity, and when one would run out, she would quickly switch it out for the other all day and night, every day. She did this every single day for decades, and yes, it is as life-consuming as it sounds. In fact, she scheduled her entire daily routine around the length of these VHS tapes, with everything like school and work and family outings being planned around her being able to start a fresh tape, go out, and then come back in time to start the next one. Her collection of these tapes eventually got so big that they filled her entire house, and she started having to rent multiple storage units to house them. She eventually collected over 71,000 Betamax and VHS tapes throughout her lifetime. But these recordings weren't the only thing that she collected throughout those years. She also had half a dozen daily newspaper subscriptions and over 100 monthly magazine subscriptions that she collected for decades. She also owned 192 Macintosh computers that she bought throughout these years, which is believed to be the largest private collection of historical Macintoshes. And she even at one point told her in-laws to invest in Apple early on, and they got very rich from this. Marion Stokes recorded everything on TV between 1977 and her death in 2012. And eventually, as she got older, she hired an assistant to help her with the tape switching. And the very final thing that she recorded on December 14th, 2012, before her death, was coverage of the Sandy Hook shooting. In 2013, a year after her death, Marion Stokes' son donated her entire tape collection to the Internet Archive. It took 4 shipping containers and $16,000 to mail it to their headquarters in San Francisco. And upon receiving it, they started the process of digitizing every tape. And to this day, in 2025, they are still not done. And while many people probably view what Marion Stokes was doing for those 37 years as a pointless, quixotic task, as you can see from everything going on around us, she was right. She was a visionary ahead of her time. So hats off to the true OG, Marion Stokes. And real quick, if you like my videos and you also enjoy pointless, quixotic tasks, you can check out more in-depth writing from me by going here.
Tax Act is designed to help you get your taxes done. Let's get them over with.
Find a Planet Fitness near you for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 30th.
Who values an Ivy Tech degree? Well, over 20 Indiana colleges for starters, as partners in our Guaranteed Admissions program. Who else? The 70,000 plus high school students who earn college credit each year. Get started today at ibtech.edu.
Come on, when are those free buses coming?
This is, all right, today. Gotta get it right, buddy. Look, when the fare was $2.90, 1 in 5 New Yorkers